Are you getting frustrated with what to feed a teenager who's always hungry? Everybody knows that teenagers have a huge appetite. It seems like you need to feed them constantly to satisfy their hunger. It's even more difficult where teenagers who struggle with their weight truly want to make changes, like cut down on junk food or stop overeating, and they can't. There's frustration, isolation, stress, and that's why I decided to create a recipe collection of 30 easy and healthy meals for teenagers. They're all high in protein to satisfy your teenager's hunger, and they can all be ready in less than 30 minutes. If you want to grab a free copy, go to lifestyleforteens.com/recipes.
This is the Lifestyle and Weight Loss for Teens podcast. If you're a mom and want to help your child who is struggling to lose weight, you are in the right place. If you are looking for healthy lifestyle tips, Dr. Gorgery is here to help you understand the science around safe weight loss in teens and children. Because what works for adult weight loss is not always the best for children. This podcast is for educational purposes only. Dr. Gorgery does not provide medical, psychological, or nutrition therapy advice. You should not use this information to diagnose or treat any health problems without consulting your own medical practitioner. And now, your host, Dr. Jenny Gorgery.
Welcome to another episode of the Lifestyle and Weight Loss for Teens podcast. This is Dr. Jenny Gorgery, and on today's episode, I will discuss something that really was the evidence that convinced me to drink more water. I don't know if you are one of these people that like to drink a lot of water. I've noticed some kids, some teenagers, and also adults have it very easy for them to drink water. They feel thirsty, they drink all the time. And you probably have heard me talking before the importance of maintaining good hydration when you're trying to get to a healthier lifestyle. So if we're not hydrated, we don't feel well just because our body needs water in basically all the cells. Now, why is this important for maintaining a great weight and also getting to a healthy weight? I was one of those teenagers, and also later on that I find it very hard to drink water. I basically used to rely mainly on caffeine and other beverages when I was thirsty. And then I came across this wonderful study because I was like, show me the evidence that drinking more water actually makes you more likely to get to a healthy weight. This is the study that put together 13 different research studies that were done before. They looked over more 3,000 studies to try to identify the best studies with the best scientific evidence about whether water is associated with being in a better weight. So what they found was that after putting together data from teenagers between the ages of 2 and 19, they did indeed found that higher water consumption among the teenagers was associated with better weight status. And also looked at studies that they followed the teenagers over time. So they had teenagers that were drinking water, and then they followed them after a long time, and they looked at their weight before and after. And they found that the teenagers that were drinking more water had better weight after a few years compared to the teenagers that didn't drink as much water. It was just fascinating to me to realize that, yes, actually, there are studies that they have looked into that. And the real question that comes now to mind is, what is it about water that makes it so important when we're trying to get to a healthier weight? So I'll tell you 4 main reasons. The reason number 1 that water helps is because by drinking more water, you avoid drinking other drinks that have a lot of sugar in order to satisfy your thirst. So if you cut back on sodas, juice, energy drinks, coffee, and all those things, then you may overall consume on average around 200 calories less per day. There was a study that actually looked at that. So there's a benefit. Without you realizing, you can cut back your caloric requirement just by eliminating all those sugary drinks. Then there is another reason, number two, why water is important for maintaining a healthy weight. And that is because your hunger can be lower when you have more water. That is because you can actually confuse oftentimes thirst with hunger. So you may feel thirsty, and instead of drinking water, you actually go and have food. In those cases, you will end up having more calories, more food, because your body doesn't actually need food at that point. Your body needs water. So by being more conscious about how much water your body needs and responding to your thirst and making sure you get enough water, you don't go and eat extra food that you don't need. You get the water that your body needs. Number third is that when you have more water, your body is more hydrated, and therefore you feel better. You are more energized. You have more energy to go out and about. You have more energy to exercise. You have more energy to go do your groceries. You have more energy to do what you need to do. So you feel less the need to go and eat to feel better, to go and eat and get energy when you're feeling like you're tired, you're low, you cannot move, because actually you feel much better because your body has a lot of energy. And number four is, okay, this is a little crazy, has not been studied well, but I just liked it when I read about it as a theory. So I'm like, gonna throw it out there because personally, I love drinking cold water. Cold water, when you drink it, your body spends more calories to make it equal to your body temperature. Then you increase a little bit your metabolism. Okay, now this is not very scientific evidence. This is probably a hypothesis and not proven at all. But I'm just throwing it out there because I love cold water and it's like good for me to think about it. So if you're one of these people that like cold water, or it may be easier for you to drink cold water than regular water, there you have it. You can justify it this way. Again, that's not proven scientifically, but who knows? Maybe one day it will be. So those are the main four reasons that having more water can actually improve your chances of getting to a healthier weight and also maintaining a healthier weight. So my take-home message for this week is to examine and ask yourself, how much water are you drinking? Just pay attention on your daily routine, how much water you're drinking. On average, we want to have 8 to 10 cups of water per day. And of course, if you're physically active, you go and exercise, your body wastes more water, so you need to drink more. So number one is to realize how much water you're getting. Number two, if you realize that you're not getting enough water, ask yourself, how can you get more water? What is the time periods during the day? How is your schedule? And where you can fit your water bottle in. And again, do you like more cold water? Do you like it hot? Like you can have hot tea, that's water. Now, I'll tell you another final thing for those that like to have water versus tea versus coffee. Even though all those can be sugar-free drinks, the difference between having cold or hot tea versus having coffee has a very strong diuretic effect, meaning that you are likely that you're gonna pee out a lot of that water. Whereas if you just have the water plain, then you can keep that water in your body. Now, tea can be plus or minus, like there are some teas that have a lot of caffeine. There's also decaf tea, so the effect is less with the tea, so it's preferred. Or if you want to have coffee, it's preferred to have decaf coffee. So think about how much water you're getting. If you're not getting enough water, ask yourself, where are you getting your hydration from? Can you replace some of those other drinks, whether it is coffee or juice or soda, with plain water? What can make it easier for you to get that water? For example, you can have it cold, you can add slices of fruits to give it more flavor, or you can have unsweetened tea. And notice how you feel, because if you also notice that you feel better, you feel more energy, that is also more likely to keep you going. That's all I had for you for today. I hope this was helpful. Feel free to share this episode with a friend. And don't forget to always go to my website, lifestyleforteens.com, and click on free resources to get more free help. Take care. See you next week. Bye.
If you enjoyed listening to this podcast, I invite you to come check out the LIFT program. It's Dr. Gorgori's 12-week coaching program for teens and their moms, where we take all this information, we apply it to your daily life, and we work together so your teenager learns how to create a healthy lifestyle so they can feel happier, more confident, less stressed, and love their body again. Visit the website at lifestyleforteens.com and click on the Work With Me and free resources to learn more about this program and get free help to start this journey right away. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next episode of Lifestyle and Weight Loss for Teens.